You have totally missed out. This sentence strikes fears in heart of many people more than just anything anyone can say to them. In fact, there is a special word to describe this feeling, which is known as FOMO. While talking about the section of people who experience such feeling, even I was amongst them. Presenting myself, Nishigandha Gogoi from the Department of History, PG 3rd semester. As a history student, I would firstly like to trace the origins of FOMO. The idea that one might be missing out on something is not common to our era. In fact, it was studied in the year 1996 by Dr. Dan Harmon, and later it was popularized by Patrick Jr. McGuinness, and it was extensively used in the year 2010 due to the popularization of social media. And later, in 2013, it was adopted by Oxford English Dictionary. Now, what exactly is FOMO? FOMO is nothing but an acronym of fear of missing out. It is a nervous or an anxious feeling that one person gets when they are not invited to something because they couldn't attend it. So there is a constant need of missing out on something. It is a very common phenomenon that many of us experience, especially in the age of social media when we are bombarded by lots of notifications and pictures from our friends. Now, why do we experience FOMO? Historically, as we see that a lot of us, we are very much concerned about where we stand socially. Researchers also say that people who experience FOMO are very much likely to value social media. Here I would like to raise a question that how many of you are still connected with your old friends? And obviously the mode of communication is either WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, or even phone calls. It is likewise for me. Here I would like to give a personal experience. As we know that our esteemed university conducts a lot of programs in a student-centric manner, the pictures and the videos of such programs are viral over social media. My friends from other university, they call me up just to compare their lives with mine. It is a very natural tendency that people like to compare themselves with others, no matter how their life is going and how people are exploring different phases of their lives. When my peers see me engaging in certain activities that they perceive as enduring or rewarding, there is a constant need or something that triggers on missing out on something. People of all age, gender, experience FOMO. Uncertainty and regret, fear of regret are also factors that contributes to FOMO. FOMO is fueled by anticipation of potential regret if one fails to participate in a particular experience. Peer influence and need for connection can also be other factors that are contributing to FOMO. As we know that humans are social beings and there is a need for us to communicate and connect with others. In order to connect with others, sometimes we feel that we are missing out on something and we want to be a part of their community. That can also trigger FOMO. Peer influence is also a factor that trigger emotions of FOMO. When I was in class 10, my friends group, they forced me to go in a picnic with them. Despite my health being in a poor condition, I still participated or I chose to go for the picnic. However, later, the experience of the picnic was not as thrilling as it was anticipated. And additionally, even my pre-boards examination was not that great because of that. So sometimes we should stop being so hard to ourselves and be present and set goals and set our limitations. There are several factors that results through FOMO, like low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, peer pressure, as I have already mentioned. As we can see that what amplifies this behavior is social media. Peer pressure can lead teens to engage in risky behaviors they otherwise avoid. Teenager brains are still developing and may engage in risk section without considering the lasting consequence. Fortunately, there are various factors that can curb the emotions of FOMO, like schedule technology break, change your focus, gratitude towards life, and be realistic. Schedule technological break. It is very interesting to know that the ultimate and the natural cure for FOMO is to switch off your phone. But is that possible? That is not practically possible for us, especially in a world that we are so much involved with technology. Instead of switching off your phone, what one can do is change their focus or shift their focus. They can reduce the usage of internet or social media and set limitations to it. Instead of engaging themselves into social media too much, one can participate or one can do things that they love, like cooking, baking, and also activities like reading a book. Changing your focus means when we are in social media, we can follow people who gives us positive vibes rather than people who brag about their lives, and that might trigger an emotion of FOMO inside of us. Gratitude towards life. Being gratitude towards life is a very positive factor that everybody should implement. Here again, I would like to give an example of mine. When I was an NCC cadet, at that moment, we did a lot of mountaineering camps. While doing mountaineering camps, it looks very easy and simple from a distance, but it's not so simple like how it looks. When we went there, our sir, he instructed us on how to climb a mountain. We, by doing a lot of exercise and all, we finally climbed the mountain, but the difficult part was to come down from the mountain. And while coming down from the mountain, that activity is known as rappelling. So I was stuck in a mountain that was so big, like if you go from Guwahati to Upper Assam side, and if you see the Narangi oil refinery, the mountains are visible from there. So we climbed that mountain. While being stuck in between, I understood the importance of consent form. And at that time, later, the only thing that I was focusing on that I have to land safely, and that is my ultimate goal. While being stuck there, I could feel each moment, each minute, each second of my life. When I came down, I was so much relieved and I was so grateful for this life. So everybody should acknowledge the importance of life and be realistic. Being realistic and setting your limitations is a very important thing to do, because at times people are too delusional. It is also interesting to know that there are also various correlated terms with FOMO, like MOMO, mystery of missing out, then FOBO, fear of better opportunities, ROMO, reality of missing out, and the opposite of FOMO is fear of joining in, and then also FOBO, like fear of better opportunities. Everyone present in this room, regardless of their age, gender, face FOMO once in a lifetime, once in their life. If you're suffering from fear of missing out, one can talk out with their friends or do activities that they love. If I can do it, why can't you? Thank you for being such a lovely audience.